The feelings he aroused in his teachers were not confined to me alone. He was so stubborn, so bent on having his own way, that many of us had our disagreements with him. He claimed, apparently, that I was jealous of him. But when you heard the work, how could one not feel it had all been worthwhile?
Beethoven's early years in Vienna were characterized by his writing for the piano. And it's in these sonatas, private works intended for domestic and not public consumption, that we see the real masterpieces of his youth. With them, you have a sense that he's discovered his inner voice.
It was his skill as a virtuoso pianist that propelled Beethoven to fame in Vienna. Within just a few years of his arrival, he was already wildly popular as the city's foremost improviser. Contenders would spar in contests where each had to improvise on a well-known piece of music. And to maintain his position, Beethoven had to see off the competition, taking on the heavyweights of the European music scene.
Ladies and gentlemen, Herr Beethoven tonight will meet more than his match, I believe. May I present the brilliant, the hitherto unbeaten, all the way from Paris, but don't hold that against him. He's dexterous, he's dashing, he's debonair, he's Monsieur Daniel Steibelt. Beethoven tonight will meet more than his match, I believe. May I present the brilliant, the hitherto unbeaten, all the way from Paris, but don't hold that against him. He's dexterous, he's dashing, he's debonair, he's Monsieur Daniel Steibelt.
So when are you going to start? We haven't got all day.
Join me. Absolutely delightful. And now, I introduce the toast of our beloved Vienna. We know him, we love him. His fingerwork is finesse itself. But is he the best? Let's find out. Herr Ludwig van Beethoven!
He used to write to me from Vienna. He sounded so excited. Life was full of promise. If we met again, he told me, I'd find him very different. You'll see, he said, that a better life has done much to erase the traces of unhappy times. He was lionized by the aristocracy, adored by the wealthy, and he even wrote to my husband Franz to say that there was love in the air.
Despite what people say, I'm no misanthrope. You know that. And something's happened recently to lift my mood. This change has been brought about by an enchanting
girl who loves me and whom I love. This is the first time I feel that marriage may bring me happiness. Of course, we were all delighted. He'd always had such difficulties with women, always falling in love, but somehow it never quite worked out.
Oh, well, he's talented. I mean, he's brilliant. He plays like a dream.
And?
And he's ugly. Well, he's not exactly ugly, but he doesn't make the best of himself, does he? He wears cheap, nasty jackets. I almost want to pay for him just to go to a tailor. Oh, but he has a kind of charm, a sort of magnetism. And he's written a sonata for me. I know.
This hypnotic work was dedicated to Beethoven's pupil, Countess Giulietta Guicciardi, in 1801, and it only became known as the Moonlight Sonata years after Beethoven's death. He himself gave it the subtitle Sonata in the Manner of a Fantasia, and it's this fantasy-like quality which builds on the huge talent Beethoven had for improvisation. Here we see that very gift taken out of the public sphere into the private realm. It's very rare for a sonata of this period to begin with a slow movement, a delicate, dreamlike texture, which sounds as if the pianist is spinning a spontaneous thread of expressive thought. And then there's the melody, almost a song without words. And in its lyrical and melancholic nature, which would have a great influence on 19th century romantics like Chopin, this work takes the piano sonata into dark, new territory.
I understand you're going to be at Prince Nicolaus's this Friday.
No, I won't be going. Can't bear that crowd.
But I shall be there.
Oh, no, how nice. I think we should move on to the next movement.
Giulietta was one of many women with whom Beethoven would fall in love. Yet it wasn't just a fear of intimacy that stopped him getting too close. There was something else.
I was lucky enough to be taken on as Herr Beethoven's assistant. An honor indeed. And as such, I was privileged to spend a great deal of time with him, just the two of us. Which sometimes meant knowing things about him the rest of the world as yet had no idea of.
Have you seen the quintet yet?
Yes. And I've marked the misprints.
Why can't they ever get it right?
Listen to that. Must be a shepherd. Beautiful, isn't it?
What are you talking about?
Flute. Listen, there it is again.
You're joking, aren't you?
Yes.
Yeah.
I must have misheard it.
You asked about my present situation. Well, to the outside world, everything is fine. I'm being offered more work than I can possibly deliver, and I no longer even have to negotiate with people. I state my price and they pay. But the truth is that that secret demon, my health, is destroying everything. My ears continue to buzz and hum day and night. Can you imagine what a disaster that is for me, a musician? I daren't go out in public, just because I cannot possibly tell people I'm going deaf.
Beethoven would lose his hearing slowly over the next 10 years. But the first symptoms of deafness, a ringing in his ears and an inability to understand people's speech, threw him into a panic. There wasn't a moment to lose.
When he wrote to me again, there was a new sense of urgency in his voice. A determination, almost a mania. A feeling that time was running out.